What's up guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how you can create this sick bulging eyes effect for your music video projects or film projects. Let's go. What's up guys, my name is BULGING. Welcome to 11% Tutorials. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, today I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can create this sick bulging eyes effect or bulging mouth or whatever like facial part. It's honestly a really cool effect and it's also super easy to recreate. This one's been around for a while for now. I remember first seeing it in the Ski Mask Catch Me Outside music video, but it's really timeless effect and just really cool, interesting little visual that you can add to your music video projects. Today, all you'll be needing to recreate this effect is After Effects and it's super easy to recreate. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the tutorial.
All right guys, so now that we're inside of After Effects, the first thing you're gonna do is obviously have your clip loaded up. Now, one very important thing is you're gonna wanna make sure that whatever the eyes or whatever like facial part that you're gonna be making bulge is visible throughout the entire clip. So right here, we're gonna be tracking Herbo's eyes and we're just gonna wanna make sure that nothing blocks it the entire shot. So we do see right here, his fist goes in front of his eye. So that's actually just where I'm gonna have the effect end. So to prevent the tracking from just messing up, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit Command-Shift-D to split this layer right here. Okay, so once you split your layer, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come to your effects and presets and we're going to search for the bulge effect, okay? So we're gonna search for bulge and we're gonna drag it right here onto our clip. And then we're just gonna go ahead and now drag that bulge effect to the exact body part or like eye for our case that we want this effect to apply to. So I'm gonna have this applied to his eyes right here. So we have these like bulging eye effect and let's center it on his pupil. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase this bulge height to something like 1.6 and then I'm gonna increase the radius to about like 45 and that basically is like the feathering, and then maybe I'll drag it up a little bit. So maybe bulge height will be 2 and then yeah, that looks pretty good. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, right click this and we're going to rename this to bulge left eye. And now I'm gonna go ahead and hit Command-D to duplicate this effect and drag it over to his right eye. And of course, you guessed it, we're gonna rename this one to bulge right eye. And boom, there we go. Now we have 2 bulging eye effects, but the issue is it only applies to the first frame. So you can see if we play this out, it only stays in one spot. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to go and track the eyes, the eye movement so that we get a nice tracked effect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hit the tracker panel. If you don't see this, make sure you're in Window, Workspaces, and all panels right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this bottom layer. I'm going to hit Track Motion. And now you're gonna see a tracking point like up here, and make sure you drag the inner box so that the entire pupil is like inside the inner box. And then the outer box is just basically the range that the eye or whatever object you're tracking can move within the range of a frame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hit the play button and watch to see if that tracks perfectly. So boom, we got a pretty good track our first try. That was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. If you come across any issues where like one of the points just goes like totally off course and then just offsets the rest of those points, you can just go ahead and redo it and just readjust the box size. I would say make the outer box a little bit smaller or the inner box a little bit larger. Perhaps that can help change the results, but you're just gonna have to trial and error experiment with it. It's not gonna be perfect the first time. And now once we've done that tracking, what we can do is we're gonna go ahead and click Edit Target, and I'm going to switch from the like layer being selected to effect point control, and I'm gonna make sure that this is selected on the left eye bulge center. So we're gonna hit apply, hit apply on X and Y, and boom, now you can see if we play this out, the bulge eye effect is applied to the left eye right now. It's kind of a little bit off, I'm not gonna lie, because it's like on the little glistening part of his eye and not the actual pupil itself. So it's kind of like making the eye a little bit blurry. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drag this over to the center a little bit more so that we have less blur. But you know, it's something you're just gonna go ahead and play around with. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do this exact same thing for the right eye. I'm just gonna go ahead and track motion again, and I'm just gonna go ahead and select this right eye, drag a box around the pupil, outer box, and then just hit the play button. Now you can see right there, that one we definitely had a mess up after his fist got in the way, but luckily we cut off the frame, so we don't really even need that part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead once again, edit the target, make sure that we select effect point control, but this time make sure you select the right eye bulge center, hit OK, hit apply, hit OK once again, and voila, there we go. We have 2 bulging eye effects. Now it's time for the fun part, adding some animation. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit the drop down on our effects. Let's go ahead and close the motion trackers and hit the drop down on both of our bulging bulging eye effects. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be messing around with the bulge height. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the part where you want the bulge eyes to like definitely for sure pop out. I'm gonna say right around here. I want the eyes to pop out right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit bulge height keyframe for both of the bulge heights, obviously. Then I'm gonna go about 5 to 6 frames before, and I'm just going to decrease that bulge height to 0. And let's do the same for the bottom right here, 0. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select both of these keyframes by holding shift, right click them, hit keyframe assistant, and click on easy ease. And basically what this does is makes a more gradual like bulging eye effect. So now you can see we play that out, boom, it looks like his eyes just, it's kind of cool, it's kind of funny. It's like a little meme effect. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to select both of these 2 endpoints by holding shift, hit Command C to copy that. And then I'm gonna go a couple frames after and hit Command V to paste them. And then I'm going to once again select the first 2 0 keyframe values, hit Command C and Command V to paste those. So that way the eyes pop out and then they disappear. So it's kind of just a very brief, interesting effect that definitely brings some attention to your edits. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and drag this out just a little bit more until it goes to the exact end of this clip. That looks pretty good if you ask me. Now it's time to just go ahead and add in some extra stuff that I definitely think just definitely spices up the effect. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit layer, hit new, and we're gonna create a new adjustment layer. Now I'm going to add some camera shakes, some basic camera shakes and zooms, because you can never go wrong with camera shakes and zooms. And by the way, if you're interested in saving some time with creating camera shakes and edits and not having to create an like exact camera shake or add transform keys or do any of these effects by hand, which we're about to do in the next segment of this tutorial, you can check out 11%.net. There we have a camera shake it up preset pack. It's super easy and absolutely insane to use. It works with Premiere Pro, 10 presets that you can just drag and drop onto your project, makes super dope transitions, a bunch of sick camera movement that you can just like apply really easily, saves you a bunch of time. I use it all the time for my edits. I know a bunch of friends who use it for all their edits as well. It's super fire, so I definitely recommend checking it out at 11%.net. Also there we have a bunch of other crazy preset packs that you can apply and just spice up your edits if you're interested. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spill some real sauce. I'm serious guys, nobody is talking about this on After Effects. Everybody talks about Sapphire, camera shake, and all these extra other plugins, but this is the most goated way that you can add camera shake. Super easy, super free, no plugins. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my effects and presets. I'm gonna search for the transform effect right here, and I'm gonna drag it onto our adjustment layer. Boom. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search for the slider control, and I'm also gonna drag this to our adjustment layer as well. So now what you're gonna do is once you've applied the transform effect and slider control to your adjustment layer, make sure that you hit the drop down on the effects panel and hit the drop down on transform, not the transform value right here, which will just affect the transform position of the adjustment layer, but make sure you hit the transform under your effects panel. Very, very important, because I messed that up a lot. And now what you're going to do is you're going to hold Option or Alt if you're on PC and select the keyframe on the position tab. Now what you're gonna do is you're going to type wiggle in this like little coding area, enter, and we're gonna type 5, comma. Before you finish typing that, grab the pick whip tool and drag it to your slider. What it did right now, it basically created a tool that you can add artificial camera shake to your video with a slider control. And I think it's really cool because if we increase this to something about like 36, you can see we have some cool camera shaking going on right here. And I don't know, I just think it's a dope way to add some spice to your video. And lastly, to just spice it up, I'm going to create a nice little zoom in that just zooms in to his eyes when the bulging eyes pop out. So we're gonna zoom in like that. Boom, there we go. And then I'm just going to select these, right click this, hit keyframe assistant, easy ease, Command C, copy this. And then at the end, when these eyes go away, we're gonna hit paste, and we're just gonna switch these keyframes around so that it zooms out. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You have this nice, sick, zooming, bulging eyes effect. It's really simple, easy to create. And of course, you got some extra camera shaking sauce that you can apply to your other future edits as well. If you're interested in saving yourself that time of having to manually create all that camera shake, you can definitely make sure to check out our ultimate camera shake it up preset pack at 11%.net. And with that, here is the final result.
If you guys made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you again so much for watching. If you managed to find any help or value from this video, please be sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe. It's free, all this content is free, and that's how you really keep me going. And once again, if you're interested in speeding up your editing workflow and spicing up your visual effects, definitely make sure to check out our store 11%.net. There we're dropping insane preset packs that will just help you save a bunch of time and also just make it super easy for you to incorporate visual effects into your music video projects. They're all super easy to use. We have preset packs ranging from title card preset samples to CRT glitch overlays and just a bunch of other crazy stuff. I'm serious when I say this, it definitely saves me a bunch of time when I'm editing videos. And best yet, we try to keep our prices below the market average. So once again, if you're interested in upping your visual effects, definitely make sure to check out 11%.net. And also really quickly mention, if you're interested in becoming a preset pack seller and earning some passive income on the side as a video editor, definitely make sure to check out our seller application form in the description. It's completely free, no upfront costs or fees, but there we'll teach you how to make presets and sell them on our website, save you all the time of marketing, growing an audience, all the stuff like that, and get you making sales as soon as possible. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Peace.